Bombshell book from the inner circle of Donald Trump. Stephanie Grisham served as White House press secretary and chief of staff to Melania Trump, and she's not holding back in this book with revelations about Trump and Putin, Melania, and a toxic culture inside the White House. Chief Washington correspondent John Carl has the story. Good morning, John.
Good morning, George. When Donald Trump first ran for president, he promised he would hire only the best people. Now, yet another one of the people that he hired and put in a top position in his administration has turned on him, portraying Trump as hot-tempered, abusive, and dishonest.
She's best known as the White House press secretary who never held a single press briefing. But Stephanie Grisham is breaking her silence and breaking with the Trumps in a tell-all book entitled I'll Take Your Questions Now. It's a salacious insider account of the former president's alleged misconduct behind the closed doors of the White House, where, she writes, casual dishonesty spread as if it were in the air conditioning system, and his actions on the world stage. Grisham sheds new light onto the secretive 90-minute conversation between Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin at the G20 summit in 2019. Shortly before the press was brought in for a photo op with the two leaders, Grisham says Trump told Putin, quote, "Okay, I'm going to act a little tougher with you for a few minutes, but it's for the cameras, and after they leave, we'll talk. You understand." Once the press left, Grisham writes, Putin appeared to be trying to throw Trump off his game, bringing in an attractive translator designed to distract him, coughing and clearing his throat, potentially trying to play into Trump's reputation as a germaphobe. Grisham also details Trump's meeting with Queen Elizabeth, claiming that Ivanka Trump and Jared Kushner initially tried to elbow their way into the visit, a blatant breach of protocol, and that they were stopped only when there wasn't enough space in the helicopter to take them to Buckingham Palace. I finally figured out what was going on, Grisham writes. Jared and Ivanka thought they were the royal family of the United States. In her most explosive allegation, Grisham claims Trump became obsessed with a young female press aide, repeatedly inviting her into his Air Force One cabin. Once she said, Trump said, "Let's bring her up here and look at her butt," using a crude term for butt. She also says Trump told her to promote the young woman and, quote, keep her happy. Instead, Grisham tried to keep her away from the president and considered telling Melania about his inappropriate behavior towards her. Grisham also served as Melania Trump's press secretary and chief of staff. According to Grisham, the First Lady was hesitant to leave the White House, earning her the nickname Rapunzel from Secret Service agents.
A Trump spokesperson calls Grisham a disgruntled former employee and says, quote, "This book is another pitiful attempt to cash in on the president's strength and sell lies about the Trump family." Melania Trump, George, has put out her own statement through her office saying that the book is, quote, "an attempt to redeem herself after a poor performance as press secretary, failed personal relationships, and unprofessional behavior at the White House." Now, that is the former First Lady Melania Trump saying that about somebody that she hired as her top aide and kept her in that position for the majority of the Trump presidency.
Right. She was working on the campaign. She worked through all but the last several days of the Trump presidency. What changed?
Well, George, first of all, you have to understand, Stephanie Grisham worked for Donald Trump longer than just about anybody else in his administration. As you pointed out, on the campaign, in the early days of the campaign, she only resigned on January 6th of this year. She resigned then, she said, because she asked Melania Trump if she wanted to put out a statement condemning the violence during the insurrection on Capitol Hill, and that the First Lady refused. That was the last straw, and apparently began the process leading to this book.
John Carl, thanks very much. Stephanie Grisham is going to join us live on Monday for an exclusive interview about this new book.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.